Okay, so who is here? Dani Alba.
Hi, teacher.
Hello, how are you here?
I'm doing good, and you?
Very good here, tired. Well, it's because it's Friday here and I want to
Yes.
rest. All the week has
I
been a little
hope.
bit heavy. I don't know for you, but this week was heavy for me.
Yes, me too.
Yes, you too? Are you working,
Yeah.
Dani?
Yes,
I'm finished.
I give some classes.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, after like finishing this
Oh, really?
class, I start and I give a regularization
Uh-huh.
before connecting today. So yes,
Okay, so but this one is like your personal business.
yes.
Okay, great, good for you. I mean, that's excellent. Also, you are teaching through virtual classes or personally?
No, virtual.
Virtual
Yes,
class.
in the moment, yeah. But I am looking like for a school,
Mm-hmm.
like to, yeah, I can still like doing personal,
Mm-hmm.
but I prefer to work in a school.
In a school.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Well, in this moment, well, I don't know here because with this pandemic, yeah, many teachers, not only in this area or in this section, all sections, some teachers are like stop working, others are dying because of this pandemic. Okay, so that's really bad to say. Okay,
Yes.
and well, just to tell you something, one teacher in the other school in the morning stopped working. She said no more. Okay, so right there is one position, but that one is for Spanish teacher,
Oh,
and it's also in the elementary or primary. Okay, so
then
so like this one, like this example, uh, you may have some possibilities, but just you have to be like looking around and maybe sending out your resume, your curriculum, okay, to take in consideration in case that somebody is leaving that position or maybe because there is one opportunity. You want to
oh
be an
yes.
English teacher?
Sorry.
You want to be an English teacher?
Yes, actually, I took the um the
Teachers?
English course. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I really like also like translator. Actually, if you
Uh-huh.
know something about any of them, that would be pretty cool if you could tell me.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
in this case, to be a translator, there are many places and jobs, but I think all positions for that specific job is I mean, the nearest, the city. I mean,
Yes.
there are other places like, for example, Monterrey, Guadalajara. What other place? I don't remember which one. Yeah, but yeah, the nearest is the city because there many people requires this interpretation or translation. Okay, here in Texcoco, barely, girl,
It's
barely.
difficult.
Yes, barely are you finding yes a good position here as a teacher. Well, yes, like I repeat, yes. You know what? But I don't know if it is still. Where do you live?
Like for passing San Felipe.
What's about here in Texcoco?
Yes.
Okay. What time do you go for the conchitas? No, 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 that's not true. There is one school. There is one school here. Where is it? Do you know Tulantongo?
Uh, I have church.
Okay. Yeah, it's nearby Aurrera. You know, the Aurrera,
Okay.
pues, the only Aurrera in Texcoco. Well, they are two, but the other one is in the center. No, the other one, the big one. Nearby, right there is Tulantongo. But I don't
Near
know.
the school, the Brighton.
Ah, okay, yeah, yeah. But it's also here. It is elementary.
Okay.
Junior? I don't remember. Let me send a text message to this principal. She told me like 3 weeks ago here. She told me,
Oh,
but I don't know if she has. But maybe you contact her. Yes, and you can have like one contact in the future in case she has a position. Or I don't know. Like I repeat, she told me 3 weeks ago, and well, nobody was available. Okay, but anyway, later when the class finishes, I pass you her phone number. You can tell her that it's by my side, you know, and
oh, thank
and
you.
then and then if you have the opportunity, that will be great for you.
Oh, yes, thank you, teacher. I
Okay,
appreciate it.
yes, why not? Angie, hello. Lupita, hello, and Oswa,
Hello.
hello, guys.
Hello, teacher.
Okay, yesterday, wow, yesterday we were checking the Shakespearean American, no, sorry, British, because Shakespeare is from Europe, British style, yes, and we were saying how to invert and how to reduce your sentences. That basically using conditionals and reducing sentences is not a lot. I mean, it's only one word, but here is the principal objective is that you learn a nice way of speaking using just this. Yes, and this one really is only one introduction. I mean, it's only a small lesson. Yes, if you read British literature, you'll see how many things are like really nice, and also the words. Some words are not a really common words or vocabulary words that you use, but even girl and boy, once in your life or twice, I don't know how many times, you'll have the chance to be with face to face with a person of the United Kingdom, British or English, some people say, or an American person, and that would be like really good. The application of everything you're learning, everything you're studying, everything that you are practicing. Yes. So yesterday we were checking this Shakespearean, yes, with the first conditional. That is, should you go to the beach, comma, you will swim. Okay. Just yesterday when we were checking, I told you the only problem in these sentences is the tenses that you need to learn. In first conditional is present and will. Second conditional is past, where you at the beach, comma, you would swim. Second conditional, past and would. And third conditional, that is the had you gone to the beach, comma, you could have swum. Okay, and yesterday I was telling you here, okay, in the third conditional, that is the past perfect with could have. Not on, and I repeat yesterday, just that maybe you forgot this information. It's not only would, yes, because somebody when we were solving this is because teacher right there is might, I remember, may. So here, like you can see here, The four possibilities, the four modals are possible in the third conditional. I mean, it's not exclusive that it is would, and would every time. No, I mean, you have the other three and they are acceptable. So, recalling, the problem with this is the tense. Okay, again, first, present and will. Second, past and would. Third conditional, past perfect and modals could, would, might, and may. Have, and obviously your verb in past participle. And either you can have the vice versa form. First conditional, you will swim should you go to the beach. You would swim were you at the beach. You could have swum had you gone to the beach. Okay, so you can have the vice versa form and there is no problem. Okay, so we stop because we were checking the sentence number 5, if I remember correctly. And I told you, analyze the others because it's not complicated. Only here is the memorization of these tenses. And come on, you have this topic completely dominated. All right, as of yeah. Yeah, here we were. The number 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 in your page 138. So if you start taking out your book, let's start and let's finish if we can just a little bit earlier. Yes, so you may go to your bedroom, all right, or with your family and spend like relaxing evening and night. Ready? 138?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so we were analyzing the number 6. Okay, number 6. In your opinion, Abby, number 6 for you is
Correct.
correct. Okay. Okay, what conditional is this? First, second, or third conditional?
Second.
Abby? Second conditional? No, check the conditional. Check the conditionals here because this one is one of the ones here on your computer or cell phone. Ay, Abby went out. Sorry. Okay, another student. What is this conditional, the number 6?
Third.
Is the third conditional, exactly. Is the third conditional. Yeah. Okay. So in this case, like you have here on the computer, is they switch the position of sentences. He would have been in a big trouble. And then had is your what?
The verb.
The verb, exactly. So remember that we are switching the verb and the subject. I mean, now first is the verb and second is the subject, correct? So clearly you say, had is your verb. And automatically after had is not. I mean, remember what's not? Is a what?
Negative word.
Is a negative word. So right there, we don't have the verb and the subject together because it exists, this word. So just for that, students, yes, just for that, this one is incorrect. Yeah, the rule is clear. Verb and subject. So the position, had he, not, and then the rest. And now, yes, now we have the verb and the subject. Okay, so here in this specific skill conditionals, do not separate the verb and the subject. Okay. Angie, number 7.
I think is correct.
What is this conditional?
If.
Yeah, but is the first, second, or third?
Oh yes, is the first.
It's the first conditional. Yeah, right. There is the if your friends come to visit. That is correct, comma. The only difference there is that you have a comma and then you have, will they stay in a hotel or at your house? But you have a question mark. So they are inverting, because if you remember, one of the first inversion is with questions. So will, they, verb and subject, and it's a question. Yes. So also that one, students, if there is not question mark at the end, maybe the sentence maybe is incorrect. But existing there a question mark is not. Danny, number 8.
Hi, teacher. I wasn't yesterday, but maybe it's correct.
Maybe it's correct. Okay, what conditional is this one? 1, 2, or 3?
Two.
That is the number 2. Yes. Check in this one. He might. I told you in the second conditional, let me return here in my computer. I told you in the second conditional, let me underline. That is good. But no, students, also here you can have the application of these conditionals. Only the conditional. Yes, it's all the conditional. Modal. Only the modal. Could, would, might, may. You can change there in the second conditional. Okay, only the modal verb. The rest, no. Okay, so right there you have that. He might be a little more successful today. And they have this inversion. Was he a little more willing to do some hard work? I think something is incorrect there. Can somebody tell what the incorrect part is?
The verb was.
The verb
They have.
was. Yes. But teacher, grammatically is he was. Yes, I told you, grammatically it is acceptable, but only with the simple past verb to be. When you are using second conditional, you have to use where for all the subjects. Were you, were he, was he. Sorry, were you, were he, were she, were it, were we, were they. All the pronouns I, you, he, she, it, we, and they, with, were, only in the second conditional. When you write normal sentences in simple past verb to be, change. I was in the school, she was in the school, etc. But only in conditional sentences is always were. And only for that reason, they mark that is incorrect. And you can be discussing what was and where, yeah, but that's the rule. That's the way they form the language. Okay, Lupita, number 9.
Is the first.
Is the first conditional, exactly. Thank you.
Yes.
Now,
Mm, is incorrect
why is incorrect?
because is I will be
Exactly.
delighted.
Right here on the computer, you can see is with will. And there in the book is with would. So no, we cannot mix the tenses in this first conditional. Good. Excellent. And Oswa, the last one, the number 10.
I think it is correct.
Your opinion is correct. Yes, that one is correct. Do you think, remember that is your indirect question, that automatically there, yes, automatically there, the question is asking you in this moment, but the conditional form is in past. So it's asking in this moment about one event in the past. Do you think that that is dividing the two tenses? Okay, so remember that we can have divisions like connectors like this or commas. Commas also divide. She will give the speech where she asked to do so. And final, at the end, no, finally, at the end, you have the question mark. Okay? Well, the final inversion. Do you remember comparative sentences? Yes, students?
Yes.
Okay. We have comparative sentences. Okay. Very common is, and this is the common example that we also write teachers, you know, comparing cars in this moment. Okay. So we say normally, Ferrari is faster than Porsche. In this structure, you have subject, you have verb, and after that, you have the subject one more time. Okay, so when we compare, we need to have two people, two things, or two places. In this case, are things, Ferrari and Porsche. Okay, now, how can I do inversion here? Well, the inversion here is ending your sentence. Ferrari is faster than Porsche is. Okay, one more time. Ending your sentence, you have subject and a verb. Ferrari is, Porsche is. Okay. Inversion. Invert the verb and the subject. Ferrari is faster than is Porsche. Ferrari. Sorry, it was Ferrari, but right there I wrote Ferrari. Okay, so what is the inversion? Pues here, verb and subject. Really? Do you see sentences like this? Yeah. And it's not a question, it's just inversion with comparative sentences. Yes, with comparative sentences. The three forms, the three sentences are correct. Yes, if you find examples like this, only with the subject, number two, subject and verb, or number three, invert the verb and the subject, the sentences are correct. What is the problem that you are facing with comparative sentences? That the comparative needs to be written correctly. Okay, why? Well, maybe you can have examples in the exam like this. Ferrari is fastest than Porsche. Ferrari is fastest than Porsche. Automatically, your comparative is incorrect. That word exists, but that one is superlative. And we don't need superlatives. We need a comparative. Okay, so there is mostly where the mistake is. Another one. Ferrari is faster than Porsche is. Ferrari is faster than Porsche is. What is the incorrect? That. Yes, because that is a connector, is not a comparative. So commonly, you can find sentences, it's a big possibility or chance, sentences with that. And automatically there you say, no, wait. I mean, it's impossible to find sentences with superlatives or with that. Okay, so this is the comparative, the first form, because let me see, I think it's in the next lesson. Oh no, no, yes. That is going to be for the next week. The next week we are going to check, yes, more precise the topic of comparative and superlatives. They are only 2 lessons, yes, but there you will see how sometimes people or students commit a mistake with these kind of sentences. For now is your analysis. In the adjective needs to be written correctly. Yes. And that. Okay. And also that you have the 3 forms. Subject, subject and verb, or verb and subject. Boom, that's it. Problemas, students?
No, teacher.
No,
No.
this lesson is super easy. I mean, in my point of view. Yes, in my point of view. Okay, so turn to the next page, 139. Yes, and let's go directly to the number 1. This candidate has received more votes than has any other candidate in previous years. The book says it is correct. The candidate subject has is my verb, received, my BPP. My correct comparative, more votes than, and then I have a verb, has. So has received and has any other candidate in previous years. Cast is singular. Candidate is singular. Okay, so here also your verb has to match with a noun. It's like my example here on your computer. Porch is. Imagine if I write porch are. You will say, no, teacher, that one is incorrect because porch is singular and are is plural. So you are incorrect. Exactly. So here also the verb and the subject need to match. Number 2, obviously we were much more impressed with the performance done. Did the other members of the audience. Number 1, interpretation. Number 2, check the grammar. Is the comparative written correctly? Now decide. Yes, correct or incorrect. According to the book, it is incorrect. Now, have you identified what is the problem?
That it says much more.
Much more? No. Much more. Yes, that one is working as an adverb and a comparative. An adverb and a comparative, if you remember the 10 rules that I gave you. Yes, an adverb, number 1, gives extra information to number 1, the verb, number 2, an adjective, and number 3, other adverbs. In this case, more is an adjective, so it's giving information, so it's correct. Come on, students, you are 5 intelligent students here. Identify what the problem is. Okay, let's start. Obviously, well, it's the introduction. We is your, what is we, students?
Subject. Subject.
Subject. Where?
Verb.
Verb. Okay, much more impressed with the performance done. What is did?
Verb.
Verb. The other members? Is your? Is your?
Subject.
Subject, exactly. Members. It's a person. Well, right, there is people, not a person. Members, they are people. So verb and a subject. Okay, so according to the rule, grammatically is correct. Subject and a verb. My adjective is correct. After the adjective done, the comparative done. Yes, I have verb and a subject. Is the switching. Grammatically is correct. I repeat. Now, guys, do you understand the meaning?
Instead of did would be was.
Exactly. No, and no was. Where? Because it's members. plural with the plural. Do you see why I am telling you interpret? Not only the grammar. I mean, the grammar is important. Yes, it is. It's considering all the elements. But do you understand now the meaning? Nosotros estábamos muy impresionados con el desempeño que hizo o que lo hizo los otros miembros de la audiencia. Pues maybe the meaning is understandable, pero se oiría mejor. Estábamos mucho más impresionados con el desempeño. ¿Sí? Estábamos mucho más impresionados con el desempeño que lo que fueron los otros miembros de la audiencia. So that will be like more. Yes, more understandable. Okay. Number 3. The film that we saw. Okay, the film that we saw last night at the festival was far better than any of the other films. The films that we saw last night at the festival was far better than any of the other films.
Is correct.
Okay. Yes, it is correct here. The film is my subject. That is a connector, and after the connector, again, we have subject and a verb. We saw last night at the festival. So we saw last night at the festival. What did we see? The film was far better. The film is a subject. Was is my verb for film. Than is my connector. Any of the other films. The information is correct. Yes? Okay. Number 4. The vegetables at the market this morning were far fresher than were those at the market yesterday. So,
Correct.
yes, it is correct. Yes, it is correct. The vegetables were far fresher than were those at the market yesterday. So we are comparing the vegetables in the morning with the vegetables of yesterday. Okay? So you continue with the number 5 to the number 10. Okay? Remember, the grammar is important. Also, the interpretation and understanding. So, and we have like 2 minutes. Yes, plus the 4 minutes that we stop for this. Okay, so when we return, you will have all the sentences done so we can check them. Okay, so come on, let's start working. In case that the session cuts off, don't worry, 4 minutes and then you return.